Oh my god, who wants to do reading with me for 24 hours? So I've had this idea since I've seen a couple of TikToks of people doing it, and obviously they're doing it with friends and it just looks really cute, and they have their stack of 20 books and read like 6, and like, I'm not going to do that. I finally have a free weekend to do it and I'm very excited. So I can only do 23 hours, 59 minutes and 59 seconds. It won't let me do the full 24 hours, but once it hits 2 o'clock, I'm gonna have this timer going until 2 o'clock tomorrow, because as I said, I have the whole weekend off. Basically, this is like something I'm trying to see if I can like jumpstart my reading again, because I haven't been reading physically this year. I've been very much audiobooking. I'm only reading at work, or basically like a slight chapter or two when I feel like it, but the feeling is not really there. So I'm hoping that this is going to jumpstart me before Onyx Storm comes out next week, because I really need to read that book fast to avoid the spoilers and to be able to like keep up with what everyone's doing. And talking about Onyx Storm, right here is my Iron Flame vlog that I've been filming since last May. So I had an hour and 40 minutes of footage, and I've gotten it down to an hour and 32 minutes, and I've only edited through 42 minutes, and I need to get this done this weekend. So this is the thing that is cock blocking my reading of the 24 hours, because I need to get this done. So what we're going to do in this video is I'm going to read for an hour and then edit for an hour, then read for an hour, then edit for an hour until I don't feel like editing anymore, and then I will just try reading. I'm of course going to sleep. Okay, I'm going to go to bed probably a bit later than normal, but I'm still going to go to bed and probably also sleep in, because I do like a sleep in, and you're just going to see me in pajamas, which is pretty normal because I only wear pajamas at home. I do try to dress up for my videos where I'm standing to film, but vlogs, it's just, this is all you get. And the book I'm going to start on, and I say that as if I'm going to actually finish a book, I would hope so, because I'm going to pick contemporaries here, because I have a lot of contemporaries on my shelf that have just been sitting there for too long. So I really need to start getting some actual reading done, because I'm like failing at the moment. But about a week ago, I picked up Under Lock and Key by Lana Ferguson. So she is the author of The Fake Mate, which I did really enjoy. And this one is a love story about a chick falling in love with the Loch Ness Monster. So this man right here is Nessie. So I saw Beck on Instagram talk about this. I bought it that day. I was like, oh my good god, this sounds amazing. And I'm just like, I'm loving the kilt on the spine. I just think this sounds interesting, and I've been to Scotland too, so this is just like gonna be so funny for me. So I'm hoping that this will be a quick book to read. So it is nearly 400 pages, so, oh no, it's 385, so potential. So this is the book I will start with. I'm not going to show you a whole TBR of books I may read. I'm just going to hopefully accomplish this, but you're going to spend the whole day with me. Well, over 2 days, but you pretty much get to spend the whole day with me, which is exciting. So I have about 10 minutes until this timer is going to start going, and I'm going to do my first hour of reading. So I will be back with you when I actually set the timer. Oh god, it's nearly 2 o'clock. I'm waiting for it. I'm like watching my computer. I don't actually know how close to 2 I am. I feel like I just want to be as like accurate as I can, so then it's like hour to hour. How long do I wait? Because I'm looking at my little clock there. This feels like the longest minute in history, and it was already clocked over when I started filming. How long is this minute gonna go for? It definitely feels like a lot can happen in a minute. Oh, there we go. Aha, and then it didn't work. Lovely. How do I make this work? Okay, now we're not in sync. Okay, start. There we go. There we go. She's happening. 24 hours of reading with me. Okay, first hour is done, and I read 40 pages of this book. Look at me go. This is like the most I read in a day. Like, I can't even say all year, because like audiobookly I have been reading more pages, but just, you know, physically I'm proud of that. So I am enjoying it so far. Like, it's kind of just started really abruptly because she was like gonna get completely trampled by all these sheep, but then she got saved by this older gentleman, and then she was going to go scatter her father's ashes, and then Lachlan comes onto the scene, grabs her before she starts to slip over, and is immediately rude to her and making jokes, and she's like, well, I don't like this guy, even though he's like the most beautiful man she's ever seen in the existence of ever. That's what you get in romances though, like they have to be gorgeous. There is no ugly people allowed in romance books, because that's the vision apparently. They can't just look like us, like normal people. But he's basically driven her to her grandma's house because she's there to meet her grandma, who has only seen her as a baby, and instantly her grandma's like, why are you here? Like, you shouldn't have come, can you please leave? And it's like, my god, how can you hate the thought of your grandchild so much? Like, it never makes sense to me how it's like she's never sought her out. Does she think about her? Like, she's never tried to find her. And I say this as someone who, like, for me, I've been no contact with my sister for over 10 years, so I don't know what my sister's doing. I don't know how she is or what is happening, and I do think of her from time to time, but it's just, I don't possibly know if I'm ever going to see her again. So it's kind of one of those things where it's like, I get it, but I'm also like, would you not want to know what's happening in your son and your granddaughter's life? But there is dual perspective too, so we're getting both sides of things. And they haven't mentioned him being the Loch Ness Monster yet, but like, it's what everyone's marketed it as. But he seems like he's just a man. But there's something going on. Like, there's meant to be a poem where a girl from the McKay family is gonna like cause his undoing or something, but he's got a mystery to find out. So I think they're gonna be in Scotland trying to figure out a mystery, but I don't know what that mystery is. So obviously I need to keep reading. I'm just full warning going to talk about my thoughts of this book. So if you do want to read this book, you probably shouldn't watch this vlog. But I am, yeah, just gonna talk through it because I have thoughts. I have quite a few actually, but now it's time to edit for an hour. Mass, we have 21 hours and 40 minutes to go, and I already fucked up because I went on TikTok for half an hour. Oh, so I'm not in the schedule. I didn't even last the read for an hour and edit for an hour, but I did edit for 50 minutes. It's progress. So I've gotten up to an hour and 2 minutes edited, and I've gotten under 30 minutes of footage. Let me actually see the total now because I'm proud of this. No one's gonna watch this vlog, but I'm at an hour and 27 minutes. So where I'm up to, so I've got 25 more minutes of footage to edit. Like, my god, I need to figure out somewhere where I can cut something, but I just like all the things I say. I know I talk too much, and I hope you all appreciate it, but this vlog is gonna be something else. But now let's do the hour of reading and actually try and not go on my phone. So we should just know that I break schedule every time, but look, this is where we're up to. We're gonna, does she know how to focus? There's literally not much else I can do for this. Oh, you're so, there we go. So we've nearly hit 4 hours down. And not to say that I didn't read, I did read up to page 80, so this is more than I've read in a day for a very long time, but it's like a realistic 24 hours because, like, me reading 80 pages, it's been 4 hours, there's no way this book's gonna get finished, but I am just glad that it has already achieved what I needed it to achieve. I've read 80 pages in a day. And I am not going to get my video finished today, but I definitely want to do, like, I want to get that 25 minutes edited today, and then I would be happy. And then my plan's probably going to be, because I just started watching Severance on Apple TV because I saw the promo that they did in Grand Central Station where the cast was literally just sitting in a glass box at their desk for over 3 hours. And I love Adam Scott as well, for everyone that didn't know. So my plan will be like to, because I'm going to make dinner now, so there will be no reading, but make dinner, then edit the 25 minutes, and then I want to watch an episode of Severance, and then it's like I'll read some book watch an episode of recent book, and that will kind of be like the way that I will just finish up my night. And then tomorrow I'm hoping to get the rewatch of the vlog done, but like after 2 p.m. obviously, because I will try and read in the morning, but then it will probably be alternating between TV and stuff. So like I'm hoping, like if I got to page 200, I feel like that's a good goal for this readathon, so that's what I'm gonna aim for. But they still, like, not that they don't like each other, but this is whole idea of like he hates her family for some reason and we don't know why, so there's history there, and then she just hates him because he's annoying, and he is quite annoying. Lachlan, like he's the Loch Ness monster and they call him Lachlan. Like, get more original. But what I think is going to happen is it's like they're cursed to become the Loch Ness monster. So like he's a man right now, but I think he's with the family that he hates because he's trying to figure out a way to break the curse, because I assume that his father is gone because he is the monster, and there might be more than one, like all the males in his family become the Loch Ness monster is my guess. And obviously Kay, because her name is Kiana, and I'm just like, is this a rip-off of Brianna? Like they're just trying to make it a little bit different, so it's Key and Loch, right? Kiana and Lachlan. She wants to find out more about her dad, and she also wants to scatter the ashes, and she wants to get on with her family, but I still don't understand why her family hates her. Like her grandfather's happy for her to be there. He seems to really genuinely enjoy her and he cries a lot, and I'm like, good for emotions. But what they're going to need to do is these two babes need to chat and then they can work together, and I want to see that happen, because it does say in the book that they're going to work through things, because obviously they both have missing pieces to the whole story that they're trying to figure out here. But I just like the way that they keep being like, you're gonna tell her about the thing, and he's like, no, and I'm just like it feels cursy. But I'm also like, why was he at the beach randomly when they first met and then he called her stupid? And I'm like, that's really rude. Like, it's dumb, but I am enjoying it. But yes, I'm gonna start working through all my little jobbies that I need to do, and I will get back to you. Okay, so it's been a while. So I did cook dinner. I did get through the rest of the editing in the first draft anyway. So I got to 1 hour and 21 minutes. So I'm hoping I can cut it a little bit somewhere, but this is definitely going to be one of my longest vlogs ever. But it should be manageable to just like watch through it tomorrow and then hopefully get to rendering and uploading. So I'm optimistic, so I'm going to stop editing for now. And I am sad because I did doom scroll for a while, because I've been doing this for 7 hours now, but I've only read 80 pages. So I'm definitely not going to get this book finished, but I'm still very proud of what I did read. But my dad has commented my TV again, because with the tennis seasons being on, and we do have 2 living room areas, but because mum's upstairs watching tennis, dad comes downstairs to my area to watch on my TV, and I really wanted to watch some more Severance now, but it's like he's there. You can probably hear the TV in the background because I'm in my room now, so I got to read in here. I just wanted to have my space on my couch, but it's fine. I'm gonna deal, but I'm gonna get some reading done now. I'm still taking it as a pro that I have read something, and I'm going to read some more now, try and get some more read tomorrow, but I also want to watch a bit of TV, and I won't continue to edit anymore during this period until the 2 o'clock mark tomorrow. But let's hope I can get a bit more reading done tonight. Okay, I've gotten up to page 100, but this book, it's just so funny. So I just love this because so obviously there is this underlying tone that I think that she's a witch or something, because she definitely has magic. She got it to stop raining, she got a window to open, and she smashed a cup. And then don't really know, because she overheard her grandma being like, she's not even really our family, like I don't want her here, I hate her dad, I don't want anything to do with her. So she's packed up, she's run off in the middle of the night, and then she went back to the loch and she did scatter the ashes, and then she got knocked into the water by something. And I'm like, oh my god, here's the Loch Ness monster. And then then a second one came because the first one wanted to eat her, and then the second one was defending her. So obviously the first one has to be his father, and he's obviously too far gone and he's become the monster. But basically he then gets like this mortal wound, and she puts a jacket over him, and then she's overcome with the want to heal him, and then she passes out, wakes up next to his naked body, and basically she's like, "You're the Loch Ness Monster," and he's like, "What? No, I'm not. I just saved you." And she's like, "Well, why are you naked?" And he's like, "Because, you know, I didn't want my clothes to get dirty." And she's like, "Yeah, but what about this massive bite?" And he's like, But it was really funny because she's like, "Are you trying to gaslight me?" And he's like, "No." And she's like, "You're trying to Edward Cullen me." She's a millennial girly, I feel, this author, but I love this, that it's this like specially kept secret and she's figured it out within about 2 seconds. Like, he could have just let her die to save his secret, but he loves her, even though he's like, "I can't like a McKay woman." There is a lot of vibes going on here and I'm very much enjoying. Oh my god, this book is actually an interview. I love this, right? So wait, Nessie is a girl. It will appear that is not the case, but Nessie has always been a girl. I did try to hint at the falsity of that, you remember, outside of Lochland. Yeah, but I thought you were just being a dick. No, I was trying to tell you that Nessie has a dick. This bear chart, it's giving me life. So it's been a few hours, it's midnight now, and I'm actually really tired, so I'm kind of thinking I want to go to bed. I actually didn't end up watching Severance because Dad wanted to stay down here, so we ended up watching 2 episodes of Squid Game. So still some progress on TV, but I read over 100 pages today and I'm very proud of that. But I'm also a bit mournful because Instagram got rid of the square feed and it just makes everything look wrong. And like, my book account has been hit by it, but not my personal yet, and I'm just worried. But I also keep looking at my personal feed being like, I don't know if I'm cool, because I don't know if my photos were cool enough when I went to Europe. Like, I hope they are. I just feel like I'm just getting in my head about it, and it's not just specifically me, but I'm like, I don't know if it showed enough. Like, did people think I had a fun time? I don't know, but it hasn't been hit by it yet, and I'm really hoping that Instagram is going to get so much backlash from it that they will give us the option to go back to swear. But even the main feed being like off center and your name being above, and I did the whole thing. And then TikTok's going away tomorrow for all the Americans, so the feed is not going to be as fun, and we're probably going to lose all our sounds again because everyone's going. Like, this means Taylor Swift won't be on there anymore. Like, can Girl buy it so that we can have this app to keep enjoying? I would very much be happy with that. But it's like all my apps are being fucked at the moment. Like, is YouTube gonna start doing square videos? Like, what's happening? I'm very annoyed by all the things, but I really want to sleep. But I have 13 hours left. But like, look, I have made progress. It looks like nothing actually at the moment. It really looks like nothing. So it was 12 o'clock last time I just talked to you, and now it is 1:30, and I read 6 pages. Because of course I went on TikTok. Like, I actually have started to do a journal every day because I got this 2025 diary in a mystery box from Typo. So I have a full 365-day journal, and I've been trying to do it. Like, there's some nights that I forget to do it and then I do it the next day, but it's been really fun because I've never been a journaling or a diary person, so I'm not writing about my feelings. I'm pretty much just writing about the events of my day, and I've been rating my days too because I'm kind of curious about just how I feel about each individual day, and kind of like writing the times when I feel really anxious about things and just talking about the things that I'm doing. So I kind of have like a recollection of what I did in 2025 that's more than just like my photos and my videos and, you know, just all the normal things that I do. But I got up to page 114 and that's just amazing for me. Like, I seriously don't read this fast anymore, and it's all exciting because they've obviously split up again because Lachlan's all like, I don't need your help, keep it a secret, whatever you're doing, just leave me alone. And she's gone back to the pub and she's talking to the twins, and they're all like, we're really sorry for playing that trick on you, but like, hey. And then her grandpa comes in and he's like, please don't leave, we love you. She's just finding it really hard, your grandma, when she's so sad about the argument with your dad. So there's just a lot of conflicting feelings and emotions, and I just really hope that the grandma starts liking her soon because, like, they're the only family she has. But as I said, we're at 1:30, so we're half an hour away from the halfway mark, and I'm gonna go to bed now. Like, I'm not gonna click back on my phone, I'm going to go to sleep. But it's kind of cool that's already been 11.5 hours, and yeah, I've read 114 pages, so I think good progress has been made. I realize I'm holding the camera with the wrong hand and it doesn't feel right, but I've woken up. This is where we're at. Once it finally, there we go. This is how much time I have left. So when it is 10:30, and basically what I do is I wake up, I go on my phone for an hour. That is my morning routine to wake myself up, because I still get to lie there and relax even though I'm like stretching, because my back hurts in my bed. Like, I love my bed and I'm so used to it, but either I just sleep weird and it's no matter what the bed is, it's gonna hurt my back, but I just, it's how I feel. But I also got a message this morning from my online boss that she wants me to start at 7 tomorrow, and I'm just like, oh, for fuck's sake. So I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to spend the rest of my day. Like, obviously I'm going to read, and then I'm going to have breakfast first, and I'm going to watch an episode of Severance, because I said I was going to watch it. I didn't yesterday, but I will watch an episode today. Then I will try and just read, go on my phone on and off afterwards. Like, as I said, this is definitely, like, I have read more. Like, the 24 hours has achieved what it needed to achieve, and fingers crossed I'm ready for Onyx Storm. But like, I'm just getting tired. But I will work on the rest of my vlog in the afternoon later, and now that I'm finishing at 3:30 tomorrow, I also have another afternoon free to get editing done if I need to. But I am, yeah, basically gonna eat, and then, you know what's exciting me, this is the funniest thing, right, is it has been raining like basically non-stop, and I've been wanting to clean my new sheets because it's better to dry them in the sun the first time so that they're nice and warm and toasty. So I'm finally washing them. So I bought this sheet set for $8. It was on sale, and it's just like, it's so whimsy and clean. And then I've decided I'm changing, because I used to have bright blue and a white sheet, so I wanted something darker. So this is the sheet I bought, and then I found this like funky top sheet. Like, I'm excited to see how it looks on the bed. But something sad too, because this is something that, because my videos have been so non-linear, I haven't really talked about this, even though it happened in November. But my dog Maxie did sadly pass away in November, so it's something that I haven't been keeping a secret. It's just hard to talk about, really. But the fact that I haven't sat there and just filmed a traditional video where I'm sitting in front of my camera, but even at the Celestial Ball vlog, I was like, I'm having fun. I'm trying to not remember the fact that my dog died the week before. So it's something that it's just been like kind of really hard to figure out when I should say something. So it's been really hard, because he was in a clip of my Onyx Storm vlog, and I'm just like, oh my god, like, there he is. But the point of this is, he got very dirty from walking outside. Like, he'd have the dirty footprints, and when he would jump on my bed, even though by the end I had to lift him on there because he couldn't jump anymore, this would get decimated by him because it's white. So it's like, it's the things that we have to think about now, being like, oh, I can literally just sit a plate of food on the ground now and no one's going to eat it. I don't get barked at anymore for eating. No one wants to play with me anymore. Like, I do have Azzy, like, he's still here with his little food station, but it's different having a cat than a dog, especially a cat that doesn't like you. So it's just, you know, all these things that I sit there and be like, wow, like, I can eat the whole biscuit when I dunk it in my tea now, when I used to give him the quarter. Like, this isn't meant to be depressing, but I'm just saying, it's just ways that you keep on living, but in such a slightly different way. Like, it is a lot, really. But this is the time to finally let you know that I've been quite depressed the last couple of months, you know, without him. And it just, you know, I still feel like I'm going to see him when I come home. So it's one of those things that's just been like really hard. Like, obviously grief is just a really hard thing to cope with. So I try to be happy for him to do things that I want to do, but then I think about him and it just makes me sad again. But I just wanted everyone to know, finally telling you something really bad that's happened in my life, obviously, but I am going to try and keep reading, keep having fun, and just remember him as the beautiful dog that he was. Okay, at this point I'm just wasting time, and I did watch an episode of Severance. So this show has got me intrigued though, because like, there is obviously such a big mystery going on here, but I don't know what the mystery is, because it's very interesting having this concept that you have a work life personality and then a home life personality, and they're basically two different people. And pretty much like the person that works, that's all they do, because they don't go home, they don't go to sleep, they literally go out of the elevator and come back out a second later and start their workday again. And then obviously when you're at home, pretty much all you're doing is maybe catching up with people, maybe sleeping, maybe eating. And it's just such an interesting concept. And I'm only 2 episodes in, but I really want to know more of what's going on, because I feel like there is definitely a bigger conspiracy here. There has to be, to make it a show. But it's just a very weird place where they work. Like, not a lot happens down there, and there's not a lot of them there, and there's so many corridors they got to walk through, but it's just been an interesting time. But yes, I basically have an hour and a half left. I did put my sheets on the line, and I don't really know what else I've been doing. Like, I probably was on TikTok a bit. I really have dropped the ball a bit, but I am going to start reading now. Like, all I wanted to achieve was more reading, and I did do that. I just seriously don't know how people can read like 2.5 books when they do one of these, when I can barely even read half a book. It's difficult. Total inside joke from my girlies, but they're listening to 500 miles. 500 miles in Scotland. Oh my god, this was our theme song, okay? This was the song of our trip and the song of our friendship. But they're like, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who wakes up next to you. Like, they're in Scotland. They're in Scotland. Of all songs, literally of all songs, I can't even. Still have 45 minutes and I've gotten up to page 138, and basically now we're getting everything out in the open. So her grandmother's finally told her why she's having such a hard trouble getting used to having Kay there, just because she had a really bad argument with the father. He left, he never talked to her again, and it's just really hard for her to see a child that looks very much like her son. So she's gonna try and do better, which I'm very much enjoying. But now Lachlan and Key are talking, and basically what we've found out is that his family was cursed 800 years ago, so that every male descent ever born in the family becomes the Loch Ness monster. So what I thought happened was they were able to pick when they changed, but it's from sunset to sunrise that they are the beast, and then they get to be human during the day. So what I think happens though is as you get older with the curse, you start to not be able to change back. So obviously this other monster in the river is his father, who is in the river, and he wants to save him, but obviously he's not really himself anymore. But what we've just found out, because I thought she was a witch, but she's actually a descendant of a Kelpie, and her family cursed his family. So now it makes so much sense why he's just like, fuck this family and fuck what they're trying to do, because they cursed us. But there's also this other mystery, because her grandmother said we haven't had a female descendant born in the family for over 100 years. So I wonder if maybe every 100 years there is a chance for them to break the curse, because they only have a female Kelpie, not a male Kelpie. But then I also wonder, because there's something going on with her cousin, he's very suspicious, and I feel like he's a male Kelpie, but can there be male Kelpies? Like, we don't have female descendants as much. And it's interesting too, because that means the grandmother isn't a witch, because she married into the family, have to. So Finley, does he have magic, because that's her grandfather? Like, there are so many questions in this romance novel. Like, I know that it is like a paranormal story, but it still reads as an adult contemporary romance. Like, I love it so much. And because also one thing that I've started to do is reformat all of my Goodreads shelves. So I've gotten rid of a heap of categories. It's all on one page now. But now trying to figure out how to put things in shelves and categorize them. Like, I had to start going back through my books, but I haven't done it for a little bit because I have no time for anything apparently. But this is like adult contemporary and paranormal and multiple POV, and like I have so many categories, I swear. But I'm gonna keep reading. Okay, my alarm just went off, and it's at the end of my 24 hours of reading and many other things, because I didn't read the whole time. But I got up to page 168. So like, look at that progress. Like, there is still a lot more of this book to go. So basically a day of reading. I'm very proud of that. So I've read 54 pages pretty much this morning is how I'll say it, even though I've been mainly reading in the afternoon. But it got very exciting. They nearly had their first kiss. Like, they were having a moment where, because he's like turns into a dinosaur, he's got really good body heat, and it was raining and they were cold and they were stranded in a barn, and he was like holding her to keep her warm, and there was a moment, and then suddenly she just has fire magic in her hand, and that's where the book left it. Like, she was able to extinguish it. But I'm so intrigued by her magic. Like, it being a love story about the Loch Ness monster is hilarious, but I just love that she has powers too. Like, she's cool too. So I don't know if I'm going to get to this straight away. Like, I would like to read a little bit more today. Vlog's gonna happen. Definitely really want to get it done today, but I also want to like take a break, watch some more Severance, and probably like have a shower and just get myself ready. And did I say have lunch? It's going to be a late lunch, but I'm going to like cook something in the oven. But I do hope you enjoyed this little vlog of me reading this book, and I'm very happy with how I went. I do believe this is more of a realistic thing, because I read more than I expected, but like, I don't think I could have read a whole book. I would love to do this with someone one time. Like, if we were in the same place doing a little 24-hour readathon, like how cute would that be? I would love that so much. But anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks so much. Gonna see you in the next one. Bye.